You have to want to not be right. You know, you have to say, well, God, what did I do in this situation? Or just talk to me, tell me something, because I don't want to be fighting with you. He's not going to fight. I'll fight. I'm like, let's talk this out until we get to a resolution. And he like, ain't no resolving because you talking crazy. And so sometimes I can make the situation worse, but we're learning.
Before Christ, yeah.
Before Christ, it's a lot of expletives and
it's a lot of voice raising, earth shaking, house
real,
moving.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's bad.
It's right there.
It's dirty.
Yeah.
It's mud slinging.
Below the belts, it's intense.
It's very intense. Yeah.
Then Jesus come on in, you know what I'm saying?
And slap us and convict us. And
Right.
We gotta lay prostrate, and then we gotta.
Yeah, if we ain't already prostrate from the non-Jesus being there. But then he comes in, and then there's a conviction, and then the tones come down, and then people are being heard because you can't hear before then. All I hear and all you see is red. So because she saw red a lot, especially our first year, she saw red a whole lot.
My wife also struggled with kidney failure. She was born with one kidney not working, and the ones that she had when she gave birth to our two daughters, that made her kidneys, depreciate, is that a good word?
My kidney function declined when I, of course, carried my two children. I was born with a kidney disease, but over the years it progressed, and I ended up on dialysis with my second child. And I needed a kidney transplant. So him being the man of God that he is, he blessed me with a second chance at life, and he gave me a kidney in 2008.
I mean, no matter what comes or surrender, what obstacles, he's always solid.
Surrender. I've been armor bearer to some of the greatest leaders all over this country. This woman did something. She was 599 miles away from me. She did something that they couldn't do, and I was sitting right next to him in the office with him, driving a car, talking. She did something she gave to me. She gave me a jacket that was the exact color, the exact style that I had been wanting for years. Now, I never verbally said this to nobody, but in my heart, I said, man, one day I want me one of them jackets. And she sent this thing to me in the mail, and my homeboy, we was living together, man, he looked at me, and I looked back at him. He looked at the jacket.
To gain knowledge of what they're going into, before we got engaged, we had pre-engagement counseling, which, people laugh at me about, but that's how strongly I felt about marriage. And I wanted to make sure that we both understood what we were entering before I even proposed. She knew I wanted to, but this is something that I wanted to do beforehand. And to really know what you're getting into and know that it's forever.
To cover your spouse. Don't blow them out the water. If you know anything, you don't have to have everybody to know. You cover them. Keep them covered by whatsoever necessary. Cover them.
For me, I would say you have to have God first, because me and him, we've been together now, like I said, for 17 years. Like he said, 17 years, and almost 17 years, and we've been married now for almost 3. And the question came up, will you marry me, like 3 or 4 times. I'm not gonna go through with how that all went down, but the very first time I said yes, but it was a very long engagement. But I realized God had to work on me. I couldn't go into marriage the way I was feeling and things that I was doing. So I needed him to work on me, and he did that. So that's why we are where we are today.
And I appreciate the fact, honestly, that she didn't do it at the time we were younger, because both of us was doing the dummy. I mean, I was hitting the bricks real hard, just doing too much, and going into something like that with the negative vibe won't lead to nothing but negativity. You know, you can't have that. You gotta, clear your table, clean out your closet, be honest. Be honest with your mate, be honest with yourself. Put God first. Put God first, and almost everything else gonna fall in line. You're gonna have some bumps in the road, like I said earlier, but just get your asphalt and your pickaxe and your shovel out there and start patching some holes up. Keep on moving. Quitters never win, winners never quit. If you got room to complain, you got room to fix it.
They were like, room 6, he's having a heart attack. He's having a heart attack. And they ripped his clothes open, and DeAndre was laying on the bed, and like I could just see the white part of his eyes. And they were like, come on, hurry up. We don't have they didn't have what they needed. So they were like, that's when they realized who's he here with? And I was like, me, I'm his wife. And they were like, well, can you drive and meet us at the hospital? And I was like a dummy, I said, yeah, when I could have just gotten to the ambulance and went to the hospital with them. I'm terrible with directions. Anybody that knows me know that I'm horrible with directions. And the hospital was about maybe 10 minutes away. It's 10, 15 minutes away. It took me, I kid you not, 45 minutes, almost an hour to get to the hospital because I kept missing where they told me to turn at. I'm gonna be honest and real. I didn't think God healer. I didn't think that at the time. My first mind was, oh my God, he's having a heart attack. And normally when people have a heart attack, the end result is death.
I had called for people, and that Sunday when I went, that morning I was like, okay, I can't take this anymore. He didn't know, and I was like, I'm gonna go to church, there's gonna be the motions, and I'm gonna end my life when I get home. So when he called for that altar prayer, that's when the light bulb like went off in Demetrius's head, like, oh my God, I did not know that this is what she's thinking. And then from that point on, I think that's when he really started to listen to me and to really like know me and understand me.
I would agree. That was I think that's what started our connection to be stronger. To really realize I wasn't familiar with depression or what came along with depression. So it was a learning experience for me as well. And I think it got stronger. We got the strongest for me in 2010 when my mom came to live here. And she